Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm WolfsbaneGaming and we are back with another video on Starfield. This is part 25. If you have not seen first 24, there will be a link in the right corner of this video to the playlist. And if you like this kind of content and you find yourself returning on a regular basis, do hit the like button, turn the notification bell, join WolfbaneGame by hitting my subscribe. And with that said, let's jump in where we left off.
One never knows what might be found in salvage yards.
What can I do for you? Ah, so that's where your machine's been. Ran out of juice. Heat leeches, wasn't it? Those little stowaways are everywhere on this rock. Suck the power out of a pen light. But a microcell. That's military-grade tech. I think we might have one. You could probably Frankenstein one together using our fabrication system here, but only if you had some quality. So, here's what I've got. Lots of money to me. And I just happen to sell a couple of words of warning. As you may have put together, you see Broadsea. You've also got the... Luckily...
Perhaps anon. We'll have to wait. Although, previous attempts to disarm the weapon, additional support may allow me to complete my act, allowing me to leave this. Excellent. We must disarm Unit XW99. Scans affirm your claim. Our work here is finished. Now, what is this mission you spoke of? A plague of Terramorph attacks. That is disconcerting. You are docked at one of a kind. I will meet you there.
As you wish, Kaiser. Kaiser. Okay, I really hate the fucking driving in this game. Kaiser, take your seat.
Ready for liftoff.
All thrusters firing. Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
Jumping back to the Sol system.
Grav jump complete.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
I do not remember having contraband on my ship. Well, in my inventory, because that's the only reason why. Oh, fuck's sake.
Retros firing. Orbit stabilized.
Oh shit. Right, jumping back to the Sol system.
Grav jump complete.
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Grav jump complete.
Welcome to UC space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo. And we're done. Enjoy Sidonia.
We have arrived. I will meet you inside the facility.
Anything I can help you with? Looks to me like you've already... Sure, have it.
Better C class, better B class. That's the best one we're gonna have. So booyah, let's go. Oh wait. Ba 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 ba. Right. Landing bay. Start with that. That's fine. Landing gear. Port. Port. Well, that's not port, is it? That's STB. Let's see. Okay, so his landing gear is fine, so that's good. Habitation. Let's see, structural. I give up. I give up for now. That was way too long for us trying to build a ship. I give up for now. I will build a ship, but not yet. It takes too much concentration, too much thinking.
I can't believe it.
Major Sanon, Dr. Walker.
You're in better shape than I expected, Kaiser. Shouldn't take us long to get you back up to full fighting capacity.
This is good to hear. I was told there was a new threat on the horizon. I wish to learn more.
Percival will give you the full story.
Plus, get you dressed for the occasion.
Occasion. Where are we going?
Londinion.
Londinion. Doctor, I will require additional armaments.
That's the plan. Come on.
Captain, you're with me. Time to walk you through what we came up with.
Londinion.
So the problem we're up against is vast. Terramorphs, they can be anywhere. Meaning us...
The temperature is unreasonably low here. We should not stay long.
But what if we could let something else do the work for us? Come on. I'll walk you through what we're thinking. You remember that creature we talked about before you went to...
Vesilis.
Apparently, they were bloodhounds for Terramorphs. But when the UC ran low on synthetic foods during the Colony War, the Asyles were chosen to fill in the gaps. We thought they were harvested to extinction. But in the data, the research team found the location of a few remaining specimens. As you can see, what we're proposing is bringing them back. We'd breed populations of them, distribute them to human worlds, and then let nature take its course, using a method that thousands of years of adaptation have already perfected. We could speed up their breeding process using some of the same technologies that were used to create me. We even think that with some time and investigation, we could use the Asyle's hunting skills to track down the Terramorph transmission method at long last. Find out how humanity spread them and put an end to the Terramorph problem definitively. If you pick a fight with one, or you're a Terramorph, sure. But Asyles were already spread across the galaxy once before during the Colony War. As livestock, they're far less of a danger than the one we're proposing to clean up. I suppose that's a fair comparison. Except that this time, we'd be protecting human lives, not ending them. Now, there is another option for removing the Terramorphs from our worlds. It's faster, maybe even more efficient, but riskier. A microbe. Something we could aerosolize, let spread, and have it clean up anything with Terramorph DNA for us, which would include morphs, and we expect their transmission method. It'd still take time to build, test, and distribute, but no other method could hold a candle to it when it comes to sheer efficiency. Not even the Asyles.
are
That's
quite
silly.
handsome creatures, almost serpentine, even.
Always thought they looked a little more avian myself, but they put the Terramorphs to shame when it comes to charm. With either path, though, we're looking at a long-term commitment. Years of work. Even just getting these plans off the ground is going to take time. And all routes are going to require some highly specific materials to make things work. Terramorph cell lines we can breed quickly and consistently to test on. Seely's gene samples we can use to rebuild their bloodlines. Or sharpen our microbes tracking skills. Not the sort of things any labs just got lying around. But we think we found a lead. One place in the known galaxy where we know we should be able to find all the materials we need. All paths lead to Londinion. Exactly what I was hoping to hear. Now, the UC has a small operating base on Londinion's outskirts. We're cleared for access, but we'll need to check in with the base commander, Sarah Hatoum, when we touch down. I'm gonna help Percival and Kaiser prep, but once that's done, we'll rendezvous with you there. But you need to know, Londinion? It belongs to the Terramorphs. They'll have anti-Xeno gear for us at the base, but I'd make sure you've got your favorite arms on hand.
Howdy.
Lieutenant.
I sincerely hope there is adequate security for this facility.
God, you romanticize a place when you're away from it for long enough. But I forgot what a dust-crusted pit Mars can be. Now you, what do you need? Oh, that's you then. I was informed we might be working. Don't much care for Vanguard. But sounds like you two really got into the thick of it. My sister's kids live in the city. So, thank you for what you did there. Yeah, they both came through okay. One science division, other's an artist. Effectively useless human beings that would have had no reason to be anywhere near the fighting. Still, would hate to see anything happen to them. Now, what was it you needed?
Let's see what you got.
Everything up to
Double iron, calibrated AA99, a microgun. Bombardment, I'll be taking that, thank you. Vampire's Gift, I'll take that. You don't have any of the ammo I need, but I'll buy all the ammo you've got. Not really any point buying any of this. I thank you, my friend. Vampire's Gift. It's time we head to Londinion.
Assuming all systems are nominal and ready to depart.
Something you need?
We better do this.
Lifting off now.
If it's creative, I'll be building my own ship. I'm gonna make it similar to the Star Eagle, but
Achieving orbit
not
now.
at the same time. I don't know if I'm ready for Londinion, but I'll do it.
Navigational feedback checks out. We're in the right place.
This world is off limits. You were advised to jump to safe harbor immediately. Critical mission. Oh, you're with the collection team, aren't you? Fine. We'll send word you're on your way down.
I'm coming down. I repeat, I'm coming down for landing.
Landing struts primed. Retros firing.
I need to build a ship. We have arrived on the planet where Londinion was taken.
Anyone who has spent time in United Colonies space has, of course. Now I understand why these stories persist. Say something if you see things worth investigating.
Inside the barriers, double time! You with the Xeno unit? Head to command, far end of the compound.
This is the armor I was waiting to find.
Give him one for me, all right?
No one cares about that one, to be fair.
I pride myself on knowing everyone on this world, and I don't know you. You're with the collection team. Either that, or you're one deeply unlucky trespasser. Vanguard, eh? Brief said you were an eclectic group. You must have really shined out on the fringe to get assigned a task like this. Ah, then this must be the rest of your...
Commander Hatum.
No need for introductions, Major Simon. Dr. Walker, your reputations precede you. as does the urgency of your mission. So I'll get to it. Now, Londinion is one of the most dangerous places in the Milky Way. It's with good reason my soldiers and I do everything we can to avoid entering the city. Terramorphs are omnipresent, and the structural damage left behind when Major Sinan's father bombed its spaceport has turned large swathes of the metropolis into a decaying labyrinth. As such, we'll be providing you all with gear, information, and uploading municipal unlock codes to your robot. Every tool you could need to succeed out there. Except one. Once you're on the other side of those barriers, you will be on your own. If you get into... Do we understand each other? Precisely. I'll leave you to your preparations then. You can find your equipment in our armor, and I do believe there's someone waiting for you there. Now, once you're outside the base, it's my personal suggestion you make a beeline to the nearby Aceles plant. It contains one of our field caches, though I can't guarantee it won't contain. I hope you all find what you're... Robot, you're coming with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Commander. Percival, you all set to hook into their comms tower?
Should only take a few minutes. Let's get this done and get the hell out of here.
Percival will be scanning the city for our samples. No argument here. Head over to the armor.
Okay. Hello. You match our description. The Vanguard captain? The cabinet wanted you to make sure you had the best tools for the task.
Vanguard.
Heard you're going out there willingly. Damn.
Don't exactly have any other choice.
Transfer's complete. Those codes will allow you to temporarily restore power to most facilities in the city. Systems should shut themselves back down automatically.
Duly noted, Commander.
All set on your gear? Then let's get this show on. Kaiser? Percival, everything green on your ends?
I am ready.
Personal comm should be routed through Kaiser now. You copy that?
Roger, loud and clear.
Perhaps too loud.
Oh, you're a riot robot.
Kaiser, kick it off.
Unlock code transmitted. You may open the gate when ready.
All right. On our way into the city. Percival, where are we heading?
Running the first sweep. Got one. Aceles. Not far. Old shipping yard just past the processing plant. Gene samples are probably in one of the containers.
These things, they're all dominated. Clean them out and keep an eye out for the more controlling them.
Quite sure you want to hold on to that.
Contact found. Engaging. All combat systems engaged.
There are a few things I've been liberated.
processing plant. Cache with some goodies is towards the rear of the facility.
Counselor, we close enough for you to dial in the location of those samples from here?
Yes, they're faint, but I'm detecting multiple valid signatures. I have restored power to the containers.
Jackpot. Get down there and collect as many as you can.
Could have a good weapon inside.
Closer. Closer. Closer now. There's one right there! Kill it!
Surrounded. All around. No way out.
Not from where I'm standing.
We've got our answer.
Access unlocked. We may proceed.
Oh, good old Londinion.
Kaiser, this flora, this is Lazarus plant, isn't it? You know, no one even realized it was a living thing until someone got it under a microscope and saw it had cells. Can't be cultivated anywhere but Londinion. Real marvel. All these leeches. What's keeping you things warm?
I'm glad this was not just for sport. Not that killing for sport is a problem.
God, look at it. A Lazarus in bloom. You know, we might be some of the only. What's happening? Leeches are Terramorphs.
But heat leeches infest every settlement, every corner of the settled systems. That means that every single one... Oh no.
You just saw that, right? You would tell me if I was losing my mind. That heat leech became a Terramorph. The pests that have snuck onto every planet are baby Terramorphs. Heat leeches hide out in ships, sneak away after landing, and then, with time, they transform. We just found out how Terramorphs move between planets. No, Lazarus plants can't grow anywhere but here, let alone blossom. People have tried. Plus, if what we just witnessed was happening anywhere else, well, it wouldn't just be Londinion lost to these things. What we just saw, it must be some kind of alternate growth method. One that winnows 70 years of maturation into seconds. It's incredible. That I don't have an answer for right now. But if they share a genome, like most nymphs and adults do, the microbe should have no problem dealing with heat leeches and terramorphs. The Asylees we'll have to look into. But given what we know about the creatures, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked to find that they've got an appetite for both. Pretty major is right. But if what we just saw, if that's possible, the Lazarus plant, it's clearly an accelerant for the Terramorph, a heat leech transformation process. Make one into the other in an instant. But that means if anyone knew about this, they could trigger a Terramorph spawning. You could sneak a leech into a city, or even multiple leeches, into a place like New Atlantis. Good God. The attack on New Atlantis, could someone have set that up? But first, you'd have to know the truth about all this.
Well, we're never gonna know if you don't catch that thing. Get after it.
We may proceed. Go!
We are inside of Londinion. We're dying. We're gonna die, man.
Make the impossible look easy, Captain. Alright, get to the bottom of this. First of all, Kaiser's got the cell data from the New Atlantis and Tau Ceti attacks, right?
Uploaded them myself.
One sample.
Beginning analysis. It is a match. This suggests with high certainty that the Lazarus plant was used to trigger the attacks on both planets.
There's no way a plant this rare, this fragile, just shows up here, New Atlantis, and Tau Ceti. The transformations on those worlds, they must have been triggered by human hands. Captain, do you understand what it is we just stumbled on here? Exactly. Someone saw the Lazarus plant and realized the ends it could be put to.
I wonder where they could have gotten such an idea, deploying alien life forms as weapons.
I wouldn't be shocked to find out our team, in part, inspired the approach. But our group never dealt with something that could have an effect like this. Makes some sense, actually. Tau Ceti was likely their first test. Someplace remote where no one would question a few settlers going missing. Ensure the big show, the attack on New Atlantis, would be a success. And the timing of that one. It couldn't have been just luck that it happened right when we were asking the cabinet to do something about the Terramorphs. These attacks. I think someone planned them to set all this in motion. They certainly were. But having this answer, well, it raises a couple big questions. Who could pull something like this off? And why?
Let's save the discussion for when you all aren't standing in the universe's closest equivalent to hell frozen over. If we're gonna do anything to prevent more Terramorph attacks, human cause or otherwise, we need that final sample.
Roger that. Kaiser?
The entrance is this way.
My day is suddenly much improved. How about that?
Got ideas where we could get some extra juice?
Local power looks like it was controlled in the security office. Upper floor.
Captain and I can scout it out.
Hypothermia.
Kaiser, see if you can't find another way to get it open.
Roger that. I have restored power to the office entrance. You may proceed.
There's the control panel. Still looks operable. Of all the things to survive.
Hmm.
destroyed this place. Killed these people to keep what he knew about the Lazarus plant and the Terramorphs. He saw the potential of the plant as a weapon and hid it. He killed those people to keep them from sharing what they might have seen. Condemned this whole city to...
No, this was so much worse than that. He is a monster.
Yes. Exactly what we all thought he was. Wait. If the plant was used to trigger the attacks, that means Vivictus... he might have been involved in what happened on New Atlant. I hate to say it, but I think your instinct about him might have been right. Good point. Deal with one monster at a time.
There is no one I would rather see right now.
Kaiser, try it now.
Guys, your sample, it moved. I'd be real careful out there if I were you.
That doesn't sound good. Eyes peeled. should unplug and find somewhere we can talk. Privately.
On it. See you soon.
We have returned to forward base 141.
Look at all of you. Back from the underworld. Got pretty frantic on the comms towards the end there. But it sounded like this was a success. Got everything we need to put this plan in motion. Hey, was worried about that myself. Though I know I wasn't nearly as much at risk of limb loss as you all were. Now, my connection might have gotten a bit fuzzy there, but do I have it right that Victus knew about this damn plan?
That's what it sounded like.
Guess the old Admiral must have told someone what he learned. Even he's not clever enough to pull off an attack like that from the great beyond.
It's a bit more complicated than that.
I'm sorry, what? She's pulling my leg, right? Hadrian?
I don't believe she is.
So that means we have a suspect.
I believe that's exactly what that means. Look, Captain. Percival and I, we need to get these samples back to the lab. Ensure we'll be able to handle cleaning up the leeches as well as the Terramorphs. But Victus is the only solid lead we've got on the attacks. Since you're the only one who knows where he is, can you speak to him? See if you can get him to cough up anything he might know. Good. We'll all meet back at mast, outside the cabinet chambers. They're gonna want to know everything we've uncovered here. Best of luck, Captain. And...
Okay, let's see. That's max. Let's go. Time to get the fuck off Londinion.
We are here. What will be our next course of action?
Dust off complete.
Let's do this. Back to New Atlantis. Well, actually, we do have quite a few bits of contraband
We're locking into orbit now.
in our ship, so let's actually quickly head to the Wolf system. Wait, Londinion is in the fucking system right next door to Alpha Centauri? Fucking hell, man. We're expecting it to be that close to New Atlantis. That's just crazy. That is. We'll build our ship in the next video.
Docking cycle complete.
Well, actually, we'll piss us around with one of the older ships real quick to get the
Good. How may the trade? I hope we have what you.
to be able to then upgrade our other skill. Anyway, let's just quickly sell all of that. What does he have for us? Ugh, nothing important. So let's just sell that, that. Whew. There we go.
Just doesn't add up. The spaceport has anti-xeno protocols. How the hell does a whole herd of Terramorphs touch down undetected?
Oh, you're all about to find out.
Separation complete.
Jumping to Alpha Centauri.
Must have been a good jump. We're still in one
Starship
piece.
Frontier, this is United Colony Security. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Yes, ma'am.
Scan complete.
To mast.
Greetings. Welcome to the UC.
I am not a citizen. I am a captain. With the Vanguard.
Authorized personnel only. Threat has to stay here.
Well, what a pleasant surprise. When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinion of all places, I presume, did you find what you were looking? Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as... That's quite the claim, Captain. I hate to think what would happen if such a patently untrue statement reached the ears of the cabinet. Perhaps I can convince you to keep this among us. You know, you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing. Years
years of coordination between my associate and I, figuring out how to deploy the Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinion, learning to synthesize it, use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts. Not a bad. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider handing over what I'd found, but we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinion spaceport, fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential. Simple to say now, but with the outbreak raging from a barely understood source, the moment demanded quick action. So I did what was required. I removed the dangerous variable from an already catastrophic war. But then, as the war ended, my trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, and what did I get in return? Was there any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy? No. We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser, the research team, and cement my new position of influence when I hand them the name of the person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald Orlays, the associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. There are no heroes without a villain. I simply arranged the opportunity for us to overcome one. And we all... It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser. Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere with only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday. You're being honored only because I arranged the situations where it could happen. And let's not forget the importance of our actual end, eliminating the Terramorphs, securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. I've already sent along the evidence of Orlays' role in the attacks to the Cabinet, leaving out my own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of her. That is a pity, Captain. But I'm in no position to... Just think about the opportunity I've provided here. There are more on the horizon.
Nope. Never. You are going down, bitch. Once and for all.
my favorite. Yes, good. That's... You need something, dearest? It is hardly a present. Of course you can. This is why I keep you around.
Wow.
Goodbye,
Don't
dearest.
even. Wow. Wow.
Perfect timing. So on our end, good news. The microbe and the Asylees are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against Terramorphs.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the cabinet to get them up to... So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus? I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew... Why? Probably a good approach. I'm sure the UC interrogators will be able to get to the bottom of it.
Agreed. Let someone else deal with him. Worrying about his motives will get us nowhere. His actions are all that matter.
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever. Exactly. Bring justice. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet... Unless there was more to discuss. This might be our last opportunity to talk things through. And here we go.
Yes. Here we go.
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under... But according to Hadrian's report, and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true? The second report claims to know the perpetrator as well. Did Reginald Orlays actually commit these attacks?
Orlays? It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use Terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Clearly, he made his own access, Chief Sarkin. Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was gonna end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
It just transformed. A Terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
I'd know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject, once confronted with that recording. Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat with the Admiral?
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vavictus sooner. I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
Whatever cabinet.
It's well past due. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the three of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinion. All materials related to the plant will be classified to ensure no one else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President. Tell the Freestar Collective. Wow. So they have another tool to utilize against us?
I'm in agreement. I fail to see the value here.
Agreed. Any effort to de-escalate the situation should be considered. Being as open as possible would be a valuable move.
That is an interesting idea. A grand gesture to further display this cabinet doesn't think like those of the past.
The observers on Mars have proven such a gesture can bear fruit.
So, you want us to make nice with the Collective by sharing our state secrets?
No, I want us to display plainly the UC's actual intentions, that the plant will never be used as a weapon again.
That does sound worthwhile, Chief Kulkarni. Very well. We'll get the Collective involved in the management. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain.
You're welcome,
So
Madam
then,
President.
To our final topic. The Cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the Terramorph, and now also Heat Leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements for undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the Terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the Cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation. Major?
We've had a few discussions, but our group is similarly split. Only the captain has yet to weigh in.
I see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
I'm in full agreement. No need be delving into unpredictable sciences.
The first step in a bold new future.
Bolder, better, and brighter. Well, I need to write that one down for later.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude. Today, We will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our ranks.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
It's a status reserved only for those who've dedicated their lives to the United Colonies, or done great things for its cause. Class 1s enjoy an ample credit disbursement, an additional reduction on the cost of colonial goods. And I'm told the penthouse is rather impressive.
Thank you,
all
Madam
have
President.
earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sanan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
As for you, Captain, the Vanguard will be providing much of the on-the-ground support for the TMD. As a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you'll have your pick of duties. Speak to your commander, Tuala, if I recall correctly. He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1. On behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude. This meeting is adjourned.
Thank you, Madam President.
You see any heat leeches, you've got our permission to take care of them. Things are... Vanguard sure got lucky snagging you. No official business scheduled for the cabinet chambers right now. But I'm not... What is it your group says? Supra et Ultra? Yeah. Well, you went way Supra et Ultra. What is it your group says? Supra et... Vanguard sure got lucky. No official business scheduled for... What is it your group says? Supra et Ultra? Yeah. Well, you went way...
Oh. What can I say? I'm just my good. Commander?
Well, I've got to say, this is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before. Congratulations, Captain. It's a high honor. Have to do something big for the colonies. Only ever met a couple myself, and certainly never given one orders. You should be real proud. No need to thank me. You brought this all on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount. And the credits should be in your account now. But to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Aphelion Realty office. They should be able to grant you access. Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment. There are your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use to fit. Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up Terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon. Any of those missions call to you? Suppose that's true. Well, we can remedy that. Transferring that to you. Done. Report says ships at these coordinates fired on United Colonies craft.
Oh boy.
I'm always ready to make a deal. Well, if it isn't the United Colony's newest Class 1 citizen, you've made quite a name for yourself. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city. It's a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower. What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered.
I'm interested.
Great! You're in for a real treat. It's one of my favorite apartments in the city. Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the You'll love the place. It has a gorgeous floor plan and an unbeatable view of the city. Now that you're an owner, I'm sure I'll be seeing you around town.
Oh, thanks.
It's a buyer's market right now. Let's see what we... Right now, I've got a little place in the well that's up for grabs. Needs some work and the location... Sound like something you're...
Sure.
Great! It's... And the apartment...
Thanks.
I'm always here if you're looking for a new home.
Ah, we might as well check out both locations. Mercury Tower Penthouse. Beautiful. Oh. Where's CJ's?
CJ's is always open. No matter what you need, when you need it. I'm here. Need something but don't have a lot of time? I've got all your basics.
Ah, aid. I think I'm good, thanks.
Thanks for stopping in. I can always use the business.
He does food and only food. Nothing else, just food. That's Athena Tower, don't care about that. Mercury Tower. Home sweet home. Bathroom. Bedroom. That's 4. That's 5. And that's number 6. Oh, this is a storage room. Nice. Let's sleep for 4 hours.
Last night. Well, all that physical training seems to have paid off.
Nice to know. Let's go to the well and take a look at our house down there.
Journalistic integrity at its finest. SS
If you are free soon, could we talk? It is a relief to know that the Terramorphs are being dealt with. But are you sure this Achilles creature is the right way to do it? Where Terramorphs are concerned, I do not believe there is a way to remove risk from the equation. Perhaps an experimental microbe has its own risks, but what of the risks to who knows how many human lives until the Achilles can do its job? I suppose we shall. Not that it matters, since the decision was made. And I must say, I find it curious that you would agree keeping the Lazarus plant around is a good idea. It seems an additional, unnecessary risk. I do not think some potential future use outweighs the risk it poses now. At least the Freestar Collective will also know of its existence. Otherwise, I worry it would be too... Well, it is good to know that this particular threat is behind us. And you have done a service to all who live in the settled...
I've always done so, and always will. That will never change. I thought our home was that bit, but yeah, it's not. It's a bit of a fix-upper. Okay, it's a bit of a big fix-upper. But can't really do much now. I've already bought the place. It's quite expensive as well.
Sorry, I can't play right now. I'm grounded.
That sucks.
looking at Enrix. That place is where good selection goes to die.
No lawyering, okay? Happy to make a deal. Stop by anytime.
Another day, another shift. Nice hat. Always good to see another bat. Yeah? Heard the cabinet's assembled some kind of elite anti-terramorph unit. About damn time. If my shift goes long again, my girl is... Be careful if you run into those... Saw your ship come in. You ever hear that one about the orphan and the platypus? Funny stuff.
Welcome to the Trade Authority. If, however, you are here under false pretense, say, sent by one Miss Tsang of UC Distribution, then I'm afraid you'll find nothing illegitimate here. So, what'll it be? No one she's sent so far has had any hint of a sense of humor, so either she's getting craftier. Please, let me know if I can assist. Be my guest.
I need a proper sniper rifle. I haven't seen one yet. Not on this walkthrough. My old walkthrough I've got one, but not this one. I'm gonna buy all the ammo. What's the point of being a millionaire if I can't just spend money, huh?
Of course.
Right, spacesuits, let's see.
That depends. If you have a ship and are willing... We frequently post cargo running jobs up on the mission boards around. Check them out. I've heard If you need
The Trade Authority does quite well for itself down here. And clearly they share little of the credits they make.
You ask me, the real... I got contacts on. Take your time. You need something else? I'll be here. crime has slowed down. I like the initiative, Captain, but I've gone nowhere. But check back in later. See you later.
Of course, Sergeant. Sorry for the inconvenience, Sergeant.
Whoa. Aren't you the one who took down the Crimson Fleet? Private sector. Now that's where and my mother wanted me to be. Ranger, everything good? You didn't hear this from me. That your ship that landed not too long ago? It sure is something.
So please have a. It's always a great day here in New England.
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
I don't think it can be. Their story just doesn't make sense.
I know, right? I feel like I caught them in a lot, but maybe I'm wrong.
You have a nice taking a look at your file.
Definitely.
Bounty hunter. Alright, just keep the chaos to a minimum. No collateral damage, okay?
Hey! Hey, you! I need to talk to you. You're the one that was on Vectera, right? You flew in on the, Excellent. So glad Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. Word is the Frontier was involved in an attack? It's true, right? You saw some real action? Oh, I'm so sorry, but you're the first source I've ever met. This is great, great. My boss, Nadia Mufaz, would kill to talk to you. And there's credits in it for credible, newsworthy information. And easy money. Just go to the SSN. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
Sorry, but I'm a little bit busy.
I'm sorry. Heat leeches can turn into what?
Understood. Yes.
Excuse me. Hey. This team power shit feeling.
Wonder what these new anti-Terramorph assignments are going to do to recruitment. So long as they're not sending me out after these Terramorphs, Vanguard can hand out whatever. Supporting the Vanguard's way more interesting than lugging cargo. The things people do to their poor ships.
Tell me about it.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buy. And here's your new. Looks to me like you. I'm sure you can find some. Okay.
Right, structural. Oh, we need fuel tanks.
Everything looks good here.
3 out of 30. Great, we're gonna be afraid.
And he's your new captain. Okay, no problem.
Let's see, structural porthole, that's fine. The one there. To be fair, that actually looks pretty cool. We need a new docking. None. It's because of that. Shit. Don't dump. No. Right now. Oh shit.
Everything looks good here.
Where am I now? 7. Oh my
Be at my
god,
booth if you
dude.
need me.
Why?
And here's your new captain. Okay.
Why is it only 7? And what the fuck? Well, that's 8. 9. 10. 11. Right, if my calculation is correct, that should be 11. No, it says 8.
Looks good here.
What? No, 11. There we go. Good. Good.
I'll be
good,
at my
good,
booth
good,
if
good,
you need
good,
me.
good.
And here's your new captain. Sure, have at it.
Okay, so let's see. Shipbuilder. This is the ship we're dismantling to then re-upgrade anyway, so it's not like we're going to be losing anything. Build one of those. Build one of those. Build one of those. Build one of those. That's 12, 13, 14, 15. 16. 17. 18. 19.
Everything looks good here.
So it should now be 19. Still 11. What the fuck?
I'll be at my booth if you need me.
It's because I do. Nah,
And
okay.
here's your new captain. Okay, no problem.
Let me just see. We're not touching the Razor Leaf because that's the whatever his name was, the Mantis. Okay, we're switching out the cockpit. Okay, we also need weapons.
Everything looks good here.
Should be 13. Yeah, nice. Okay.
I'll be at my booth if you need me. And here's your new captain. Okay.
Let's switch out the docking bay. Okay, one enemy. Yikes. Switch out the engines. Do that one and that one. That should now be 15. Yeah, let's go. Change the engines again. That's fine. It should now be 17. That's perfect, to be fair. Should be about 21 now. 20, okay.
I'll be at my booth if you need me.
That's the end of this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, turn the notification button, join Wolfgang by hitting that subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, where at the beginning we will finish getting our 30 ship modules. Anyway, see you then. Until then, WolfsbaneGaming, signing off.